Barbie Zabelski. I'm from the United States, but I've lived in Kazakhstan for about 5 years. And I got COVID about 2.5 years ago. Developed long COVID pretty soon after that. Really, really big difference. I was, well, got COVID, was not well. I had, really bad depression out of nowhere, really bad anxiety, really bad fatigue and cognitive dysfunction, chronic pain, some other, just hair loss. And then over the course of a couple of years, I figured out some things that helped quite a bit. I was doing okay, not great, but okay. And then I got COVID again in October, like mid-October. I was really careful, but I didn't realize how contagious it was. And I took my mask off in places where people had been, but there was nobody else in there now. And that's how I got it again. And that just devastated me as far as my energy level. So I was sleeping like 14 hours a night and I was exhausted anyway. To the point where, I went from being able to work like full time and go to school full time and like functioning, well, to 4 hours a day was the maximum that I could do, and I couldn't exercise. I was normally, exercised every day, and I was just wiped. And so I found out that Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy, HBOT, has got probably the best evidence base for the kind of long COVID that's really, fatigue. It's very synonymous with what used to be called chronic fatigue syndrome, is now called myalgic encephalomyelitis. And so I found this place and I came here, and this is about 2 weeks ago. So typically people get studies tend to be about 90-minute sessions at 2 atmospheres of pressure and 40 sessions. And so I didn't want to stay here for 8 weeks, all at once, but I came for 10 sessions, and then I'm going to come back a couple more times, a few weeks at a time to get the whole 40 sessions. But when I got here 2 weeks ago, I could barely walk up the stairs. It was like, I'm not exaggerating when I say it was hard. It was exhausting to breathe. It was impossible to hold my head up. I was just always crumpled like this. And like I said, it's been 10 sessions, 90 minutes each, and I feel like a totally different person. I am like, my brain is working well again. I just felt like I was trying to think through quicksand. Everything was so exhausting, and I am so infinitely much better now. I would say I was maybe 20% of my normal self when I got here a couple weeks ago, and I would say I'm like 70-75% now. So it's just remarkably different, and I'm so grateful. And it's not just a really good therapy here. Like, the people who work here are incredible. I've had a lot of experience working in healthcare as a professional and doing, quality assurance and quality improvement. And I've also had, unfortunately, a lot of experience as a patient with a long-term chronic condition. And this place is extraordinary in terms of the flexibility the staff has. They're so kind. They're so attentive and focused on you as an individual, and willing to do whatever they can do to help make the experience good for you and work with you. And they're also just funny and easygoing and easy to get along with. And it's very different from like your normal healthcare environment. It's really friendly and warm and lovely. Like, the people here are just absolutely fantastic. I could not be more grateful to have found this place.